man. Kept you guys waiting long enough. But what's
Yeah,
going on,
sorry
people?
about that.
Welcome to You Know the Score. It's your boy Shingy. I've got my guy David, Ems, and Patrick from RedUnitedTV. Boys,
Yo.
6-2 against bloody Leeds. War the Roses, one of our biggest rivals, but we came out flying out the blocks. How we feeling, man?
Anyone wants to go first?
Patrick,
Bro, I'm on a talk, bro. I'm feeling, I'm not going to lie to you, you know, like, even though we've won against Leeds, you know, I'm not going to just think that, okay, let's forget about what's happened recently. But apart from that, I'm actually quite pleased with the result against Leeds, man. To be fair, I never actually thought that we would, you know, do something against Leeds because, you know, we all know what Leeds about that attacking football. At the same time, I was quite confident that we will beat Leeds because it's been a long time since we played Leeds. But boy, I never expected us to win 6-2, you know, especially that first half, you know, the first 15 minutes. That's never happened before. And you know us, we usually start sloppy. And then all of a sudden, you know, just to see us doing well in the first 15 minutes and then continuing that same energy all the way to the 90th minute, I was pleased.
I feel like we had to, though. I feel like we had to with the way Leeds play as well, because they're always on their front foot. So for us to start like that, like, I was just like so happy that we weren't chasing the game. Do you know what I'm saying? We said to Leeds, boom, listen, this is Old Trafford. We're going to attack you, innit? The way you're going to attack us, we're going to attack you and put you on the back foot. And I think their formation kind of played into our hands, because a lot of the goals, oh my goodness me, the gap between their midfield and Phillips, it was game.
Hey,
and our runners.
Hey, Calvin Phillips got told to go home at half time, you know. Can you believe it? McSauce told, you know, Calvin Phillips, you can go home today, you know. You don't need to play no more.
David, let me come to you, because obviously you're a big advocate for Solskjaer.
Jeez.
You know, was you surprised in how we performed yesterday?
Yeah, 100%. Because I fully agree with Patrick in that we are notoriously known for starting slow, and you've like mentioned it many times, like Shingy, like especially going back to Southampton. We started slow, so it's so frustrating. We always give ourselves a massive task and then somehow get ourselves back into the game. So I knew yesterday was going to be high scoring. Like, I remember putting it in the group, just being like, oh, you know, they are built for high scoring games. We are built for high scoring games because we'll counter attack, we'll pick them off and they'll press us. So it's going to be a great game either way. But I didn't expect us to start it in the way we did. No way to get them 2 goals early, to get the third, to get the fourth before half time. We were 4-0 up at one point, and then it went 4-1. So no way did I expect that. But I think when it comes to Ollie and his setup, because a lot of people were upset about the team initially when they saw James in the team, when they saw two holding midfielders, and they didn't see Pogba. I think, one, you got to remember it's a squad game. 2, we played on Thursday. 3, Man United's most successful teams, and this is the thing, people don't like saying it, but Man United's most successful teams had people like Fletcher, had people like Park, had people like O'Shea, where Fergie would tell...
You had passion merchant men.
Passion merchants, you know what I'm saying? It's not every day. It's like your whole 11 is just full of worldies. It's like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So you'd get Fergie notoriously say to someone like Park, you're going to set out this game, but you're going to play in 3 games and you're going to do a job on Arsenal. And then we'd come with the victory, and we wouldn't care about the personnel because we just cared about the victory. So I think we've got to be a bit more patient when sometimes we see the lineup. I do agree that we need consistency with the lineup. I think we've got to understand that it is a squad game, innit? And Leeds, the way they play, someone like Pogba in that midfield, he's great, so much flair, but he loses the ball, and our defense can't handle that. Our defense cannot handle when Pogba loses the ball. Even like if you notice against Sheffield United, he lost the ball a couple of times before that 3rd goal. Our defense can't handle being pressed. They just can't, unfortunately. So you needed that protection, and I think that protection worked.
Coming to you, Emza, because obviously you've spoken about the inconsistency in our team selection. Obviously, when you saw that lineup, you must have been alarmed, innit? Do you think, obviously, with Ollie making these changes by game is unsettling at times.
Yes, but I guess it depends on the team we're playing, innit? Like, as David mentioned, innit? Maybe this wasn't the game for Pogba, innit? Maybe this was the game for Fred and McTominay. They're high energy and pressing, do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, funny enough, Daniel James, I think this game suited him perfectly because there's plenty of space in behind, innit? And I can honestly say this is the first time, in my opinion, that I've seen Daniel James use his pace, because I've always heard about this pace, and I'm like, I've never seen it. Like,
he's running into cul-de-sacs, isn't it?
Yeah, cul-de-sacs. Yeah, how many cul-de-sacs this guy go into? So I couldn't see it, but I think that's probably the best game Daniel James has played for Man United, in my opinion. I don't know about you lot, and I think this is definitely the best game Scott McTominay has shown me going forward. Because I just thought he was just a basic player that you couldn't even get to West Ham's first team, but he showed me something that I've never seen. So
did you not see Bruno Fernandes's post?
Oh, no.
He said something about him turning into, was it Scott McDino or something like that?
Scott McDino.
Yeah, because obviously the first goal, the technique on that was
yeah.
And then
I like the second goal, his touch.
Oh, yeah.
Second goal.
I definitely like the second goal.
Yeah,
that first touch,
like on
step
point.
over.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had that in his locker. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought it was basic. I didn't know he had that in his locker. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But yeah, he done it.
Patrick, are you happy for Oli to keep on, rotating the team?
Hell no. You know me, I'm not up for Oli, bro. I've never been up for Oli. He ain't my sauce at all, man. He ain't my type of sauce. But if it means that he's keeping the team fresh, then that's good for him. As long as it's benefiting him. If it's not benefiting me, I'm an Oli out. I'm going to scrutinize anything that he does, Even though I give him props. I give him props yesterday because you asked, what's his name, Ems? I was surprised, like all of you guys, when you saw McTominay, you said, "Raw, McFred again." No, we can't have that. And then at the end of the day, we got proven wrong. He told us to shut our mouths. Oli made me shut up yesterday. I was onto him. When I saw Daniel James, I was like, nah, fully taking the piss. But I'm happy for Oli to do what he's doing as long as he gets success from it. That's what I've got to say.
What would you say is success this season? Because I was having a little argument in one of my group chats today about us challenging, trying to improve on third place and winning a trophy. Some United fans are just content that we get top 4.
To me, a success for him is probably most likely going to have to be top 4 and also a trophy, to get the confidence up in the team, because he needs to know how to win trophies. Solskjaer and also the team, because they haven't won anything together. So for him, success is at least a trophy and finishing in that top 4. And if it's a trophy, I would prefer right now, I'm not going to lie to you, the Europa League is the best trophy we can actually get. That's the best trophy we can get.
I agree with you, yeah. I also agree with you because I just think success this season, in my opinion, top 3, and Europa League, like I said, because that, Oli gets sacked, at least man's got the Europa League to say on his CV for his next job. Do you know, it's not even just Man United Football Club, for himself.
And for the next manager to get that Champions League position.
Yes, that's another thing, yeah. Well, I'm not saying he's going to get sacked, but you never know. But
you never know. You never know.
Obviously, go on.
You see, this season, I believe this is like his make or break season because this is going to his third season. His contract's up next season. This season, he has to prove himself.
Oh,
he has to.
Now, David, I mean, obviously we're looking forward ahead of time, but right now at this moment in time, we sit third. If we win our game in hand, we go a few points behind Liverpool. Do you think, we should start thinking about the title?
I think you lot have made like very good points about where he's at and what the expectations are, because I agree with you. I think going in, this is his third season, but his second full season, technically. And I think that being that we finished third last season, we had 66 points, but it was still the position counts as we finished third. We need to improve on that. 100%. We need to improve on that. He needs to improve on that. So I don't just see it as a top 4 finish. The window was frustrating for a lot of us because we wanted Sancho and we didn't get Sancho, and then everyone else came quite late, apart from Van de Beek. I think obviously that, and then how the preseason happened, it, you know, affected the start of our season significantly, mentally and physically. But I think coming to December or coming to January, no one, if you told any of us that we would be 2 points potentially behind Liverpool, we would have been like, you're laughing, innit? So I think that is great. But I think what me and you agree on, Shingy, and I don't know if Ems or Patrick do, but when you see us, I've said it consistently, I haven't seen a Man United team since Fergie create as many chances in a game. Like, I know that we're going to go into a game and that we're going to get good chances. I remember watching us under Louis van Gaal, and it was like, for 90 minutes, I liked Van Gaal, but for 90 minutes, you didn't know when a chance was going to come. A chance, like not a goal, a chance. Now we are freely creating chances. So that's testament to what he's doing. The problem is that you can't trust the attack, or the attack are not clinical enough, and you can't trust our defense. So when it comes,
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, when it comes to going to like a title challenge, a fully fledged title challenge, no, we're not. I don't care. Anyone speak to. I can speak to. We're not going to challenge for the title. What we are going to do, I think we'll finish quite high. But when we can't, we're just like, that defense is going to let you down. I'm sorry. And that attack is just, we haven't got a Salah, we haven't got a Son, just as blunt as that. We haven't got someone, or a Kane, who just
ruthless.
Martial is like, I love Martial, but Martial countlessly is missed. And this is my problem with Martial, is that Oli gave him a chance to start because he let go of Lukaku and he said, you're going to have that number 9 spot. And he gave him full-fledged. And he did well last season. He got 23 goals in all competitions. My thing about a striker is that you haven't got to always be on form to score. And Martial, yeah, he hasn't been on form, but he hasn't scored easy chances. That frustrates me about him. It's like, there was a West Brom chance here from 6 yards. There was the PSG game. Like, those are the games you're out of form, but you've got to score those. Like,
when you get the chance, you have to put them away.
Even if you're out of form, you've got to get some of them in. So you can't. That attack's just not clinical enough, and the defense. But we are in a place where we create so many chances, and that's why we have like Leipzig. I remember turning the game off at 3-0, and I saw we were 3-2. I know it frustrates us, that game, but I couldn't believe we were 3-2, or West Ham were 2-0 down. We can't, like, I'm thinking game over 2-0 at West Ham. Like,
it's mad, isn't it? It's actually, you're right. You're right in terms of obviously the inconsistency of players like Martial up front. It's difficult to trust us to get goals when we need it. He was about to say something about that.
I was gonna say, I think Martial had a good game yesterday, but mate,
got 2 assists, didn't he?
2 assists.
Yeah, 2 assists. But let's be honest, yeah, I know we won. Everyone says we won, but we can still be critical. And in my opinion, no, so you lot can laugh, but listen, them chances there, yeah, man needs to put them in the net, because come another game, that important chance that makes put us second or wherever. So he needs to be clinical. That them chances, he was lazy. It was just like, oh, we're winning anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because me, I'm not even gonna lie to you, yeah. When we was 4-0 up, yeah, and then he's got the 4-1, I can't lie. I thought, raw. I'm scared that comeback's on, you know. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because like I said, yeah, that defense, yeah, that whole back line, man, don't trust none of them. I'm sorry. Like if I had to pick player for player, Wan-Bissaka, yeah, good 1v1, but mate, his position is awful. Awful. Lindelof's probably been the best of our back four, in my opinion.
Who has?
That's what I like to say.
Lindelof.
I think Lindelof's been the best. He's been the best out of our back four this season. I don't know about you lot. If you lot,
it's definitely not Harry Maguire. So I'm not backing him. Definitely not him. Definitely not that slabbing. 80 million, you know.
Everyone knows about how I feel about that fridge, innit? But
trust me, man.
I don't know, innit? Like,
what did Simon Jordan say about him? He turns like is it an Oscar? What did he say?
I can't remember. He said a word and I was crying, blood.
Yeah, man. But
he just weren't having him.
Yeah, I mean, no one's not really having him anyway. But I mean, you know, we're gonna have to deal with him. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
Patrick,
we don't have to.
Do you have any concerns about obviously our back line and our forward line? Since we are in the position that we are, do you have any concerns going into the festive period and beyond that? You know, trying to attain our objectives with our forward line and the defense.
Shingy, if any of you guys ever watch my video, you know me, I've always been concerned about the way Manchester United play. You know, David, you just said that Manchester United create a lot of chances, but it's not always consistent. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's never been that consistent in terms of converting the chances into goals. I've always been concerned going forward because in terms of pattern of play, a system, we've never had that. It's always been counter-attacking football and pass to left, right, and centre, wherever it is that's free. So that's how it's always been. Oli always gonna freestyle because that's his name, innit? In the back lane. The back as well, you know. We don't have the coaching setup to actually get this defensive positioning right with all these certain players. Because we know that Wan-Bissaka can't go forward. But that's down to coaching. We all know that, you know. We all know that's down to coaching, you know. A good coach can correct that. You know, a good coach can also correct that stupid partnership between Maguire and also Lindelof. By just getting him into position, you know, and especially with Slabhead, I've always realized that he's a pussy because at the end of the day, he never goes for the strong man. He's always the free defender, and Lindelof's always the one that gets exposed and get halved up, dragged up by the strongest defender, the one that's strong in the air. It's always Lindelof, and then you realize that, Maguire, what's going on? You're 80 million. You should be on this guy. You're 80 million, you know. But my concerns with Manchester United going forward, it should be all right now. I can see some progress. I see positive now, you know. I can see a bit of light with Ollie's whatever he's trying to do. Yeah, I can see a light. I know.
I said whatever.
I can kind of see a light. But, you know, I'm hopeful. You know, you never know. Like everyone's saying these days, like, you never know where we can see each other. We see ourselves. We can probably be 2 points behind Liverpool by Christmas, you know. I mean, by Boxing Day. You never know. No, I'm sorry, by Boxing, probably by the end of the year. You never know. Or the start of the year. We can always be just that close. But again, with Oli gonna freestyle, right now we're doing good, you know. But there's always that storm. That storm is coming.
Yeah,
I know.
Not to expect.
Do you know what my problem is? Yeah, I just feel like we paid. I don't want to keep getting Harry Maguire, but we paid 80 million for him to fix that centre backs. Yeah,
exactly.
But now we're still playing 2 defensive midfielders. It absolutely does my head in. Like, it just does my head in. I just think if we had a solid DM, then we can have 2, you know, like Fernandes one with Pogba on the other, instead of having a double pivot of 2 defensive midfielders. It does my head in. We're Man United football club.
I guess it worked yesterday though. Let's not lie. You know
yeah.
I guess we
Fred worked yesterday.
Yeah, I guess we wasn't expecting McTominay to obviously to play to that standard yesterday.
That was prime Gerrard. That was prime Gerrard.
I didn't know he had it in him to be boxed like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually pleasing to see, and I'm sure obviously you guys will probably agree that he deserved these man of the match.
Yeah, he deserves his flowers, man. He deserves those flowers.
100%.
Any other special? Go on, David.
I think with McTominay, a lot of people look at him and they think he hasn't got a special attribute, isn't it? Because it's like sometimes it can be a bit side to side passing,
bit cleverish, cleverly-ish.
Yeah, a bit cleverly-ish. But I think when I was introduced to Scott, or when we all saw Scott, I can remember it was Mourinho's last season, and he came in and he played with Herrera and he played with Pogba. And I remember the Chelsea game when we beat Chelsea 2-1 and Lukaku scored and Jesse Lingard scored a winner. And I remember Scott McTominay did a job on not just Hazard, but Willian as well, because Willian scored the first goal. But Scott
I remember that.
Had the sense at early 21 and he put in a foot, and he's tall, he's got a presence. So I've always liked him as well. I always support players coming from our academy. But I think for the last couple, I'd say the last couple of months, it's been a bit like, what do you get from him? But when I've seen him play well and when he's on form, he's been important to us.
Especially in those big games. We've seen McTominay turn up.
And those big games, like Patrick, is important because in those big, and this is where my angle comes from about Man United. Man United is, I get that we feel like we should be coached or we should be managed or directed like Munich or Barcelona, but they've all got their imprints of how they do things in their clubs. And Man United should never stray away from that. We shouldn't, because that's been successful. That's why my whole problem with Louis van Gaal saying, I'm going to change the philosophy, I was like, I didn't get it, because our philosophy was success. Our philosophy was attacking football, academy. It was successful. So why come and change that whole thing? And I think what you get now is you get a manager who understands that you need positivity in the dressing room, because players are completely different now. You need academy players to give you some passion in games where Leeds is not a normal game for Man United. Like, another manager might come in and think that's not a normal game. There's a rivalry there. Yeah. Liverpool rivalry, City's rivalry. You need those passion merchants to come in and say, all right, I'm going to give it 10. Like, Scott played like Superman yesterday. He got 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. That's not a normal situation, but he rose to the occasion because he
understand what it means, isn't it?
He knew how big it was. You know what I'm saying? You know how big it was. So we need that. You can't just have a team full of Brunos or Pogba. Bruno, yeah, you can have a team full of Bruno. I love it. You can't have a team full of Pogbas or Martial. You need players that are going to give you different dynamics, man.
Mix and match. Mix and match.
You need players that know their lane, like they know their shit, so they do their thing. They're the one that things.
Limitations.
Exactly, you need that.
Yeah, limitations. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, go on. What were you gonna say?
No, obviously that Louis van Gaal thing, I get it. But one thing I like to say, Louis van Gaal did bring through these young players as well, though. He did try.
That was only after he realized by signing these Galacticos, it wasn't gonna work. So obviously he bought the Falcaos, Di Marias. Who else did he put?
Tiger.
Something tells me that was Woodward. You know, I mean, don't know nothing about football. Nothing about these players. He wanted to sign Galacticos players because he thought they would do the thing.
Yeah, it could be 50-50. Obviously,
I think Blind was his signing.
Definitely was signing. Memphis, I believe that was his signing, but
the Dutchman was LVG's import. Yeah. Schweinsteiger was LVG, blood. I don't care, blood.
Sure, that wasn't like some kind of commercial type of transfer for German steak, bro. I know Woodward.
Oh god, no, but it was good. It was good to get the victory over Leeds, man. I was very nervous about that. Like, I think we said it in our group chat that basically the players need to run, and I guess obviously Ollie picked the players that are willing to run. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you have to run as much as Leeds, fam. You have to. If you don't, then they'll pick you apart because they don't stop. Even when there was like 4-0 down there, you saw them. They were creating chances. The game could have easily been like 11-6. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of the way they didn't change their style of play, which most managers you would think they would, but you know,
he's not changing for nothing. He said he wasn't changing for nothing, bro. He said no way. But you got to give Leeds credit though, because bro, they were running hard. What was it 91 km or whatever it was? I saw distance covered. I was like, oh my goodness. Crazy. But we was close. We was close to them though. We was close. I saw it.
But it's good to see anyway. But now, obviously, moving forward this week, we've got Everton away or we at home?
Everton Carabao Cup and then Leicester on Saturday.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, hopefully we can get over the line. It's the quarters, isn't it? So if we win that game, we go into the semis. First semis of the season. Obviously, last season we got to 3, and then advancing any one of them. So it'd be interesting to see if the players now have a different psyche and mentality. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we do.
Bang on, Shingy. You see this season. You see 3 semi-finals. Correct that this season.
We have.
Man's got to go 2 better. He's got to go 2 better. I'm sorry.
100%. But I guess obviously because I'm Patrick, like you and Ems, I've been Ollie out, but I have to give credit where it's due.
No, we do. No, you do. You do. Obviously, people say when I'm positive, I'm negative with Ollie. Even when Ollie was what I'm negative, but I'm just trying to see the bigger picture here. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, I want Ollie. When Ollie came in, I was one of the people who say, I want Ollie to win Leeds or whatever.
Mate, I was singing Ollie at the Will in the Rain, so
exactly, bro. Even I was.
I won't forgive him for that because obviously after we went on that barren run and missed out on Champions League football, people were laughing at me. So for me, it's just like, you know, my feet are on the ground with Solskjaer, innit? You know what I mean? Rio Ferdinand even came out and said, tweeted yesterday, who's at the wheel? I was like, don't do that, man.
Don't do that, man.
Don't do that. Not yet.
And no one's at the wheel right now, bro. Everyone's
Not
staying
yet.
at home.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, them Man United players shouldn't get too gassed that these medias and all them, they're them Liverpool ones trying to get us gassed, yeah, figuring title challenge. They need to just shut up, take one game as it comes. Because I'm just not confident. I always think with Oli, yeah, it's always one step forward, 3 steps back. And I'm like, oh, do you know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
But yeah, David, final word on United before we wrap this up.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of your points, man, and I think we all need to be humble. Like, even just, I was actually talking to Jacob just before this, and it was just like, he was like frustrated because he's just like, I don't get why people don't see what he's doing. And I was like, you've got to understand that a lot of us, we've been burnt a couple of times. And that Champions League game, that Leipzig game, burnt a lot of us. Like, in recent time, that burnt a lot of us. So we can't get excited. Yeah, we have the opportunity to go second, but we can't get excited. Let the season play out. Let him hit the objectives that we want, which is improve on a third place position and win a trophy. And then we can talk about potentially him extending his contract. But I think if you're looking at it now, I think you've got to wait till the end of the season and analyze what happens, because a lot of you are right, man. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, man. And it's been like, that's been a pattern under his leadership. So, you know, I want him to do well. We all want him to do well, because he's not just because he's a former player, but because he's a nice guy. But then that doesn't win trophies, innit? You need a ruthless manager to win trophies. And we all have our doubts about it. You can't get away from it. We all have our doubts about that. And it might be, he's had a great record against top 6 teams. But then it could be something when it comes to tactics. Sometimes, people want to start. I think a style of play is overrated, personally.
But he needs something. I want to know what he's about. I
don't
believe this we're counter-attacking team. We can't be it.
Why I think a style of play is overrated is because I know we haven't got that long, but because I think there are teams in the bottom half that have got clear identities of a style of play. And what is it doing for them? So for me, the result matters no matter what. That's just the type of person. Like, because I would look at Fergie, and I know we have in recent time, but if you watch some of our games, if you watch Man United against Leeds back in the day, there was no style of play from us. It was just ruthless. It was ruthless. It was just like, they get a goal, we get a goal. Keane gets a goal, Beckham gets a goal. So it's just like, for me, I'm not this big believer of a style. I get it. You want a more consistent pattern. You don't want it to be a bit more like individual brilliance. I get that. I fully get that. And I think
you need that.
I think in the big games, these rival games, Leeds, Arsenal, Liverpool, bro, we don't care. As long as we get the 3 points, that's what matters. But against the Mickey Mouse teams,
you need
that's where you want to see the style of
play. You want to see.
You want the consistency in performances in terms of dominating.
What about Sheffield United? What did you think about that game?
We saw the best and worst of Man United defensively and going forward, and that's the problem which we've highlighted in this podcast, whereby, you know, sometimes our forward line can be trusted, sometimes they cannot. Against Sheffield United, they did well defensively. You know, we saw the mix up with Henderson. That Henderson De Gea thing's a story for another day. You know, their second goal as well. It's like, you know, we're controlling the game, but we're still susceptible to making, you know, a mistake or unable to defend from set pieces, and which has been something that's been irritating me this season as well, is the way we defend from set pieces. But that's another story for another day. Patrick, final word. We got like 3 minutes left, boy, so I need to kind of wrap this up.
Bro, final word is I'm just hoping, like I said before, it's just the best for Oli, innit? Because at the end of the day, no one here wishes Oli bad luck. Like, no one here wishes him to get sacked. I don't wake up in the morning and think, oh, hope we lose today so Oli can get sacked. No way. I'm a Manchester United fan. I want us to win all the time. I want Oli to do well. But Oli has to show it, bro. I just want him to show it. But yeah, hopefully we win this game against Everton, and as well, hopefully we win against Leicester. And of course, the title challenge has started.
Tough games. What I would say, tough games, guys, coming.
Tough games. But I'm hoping
they're all tough.
Yeah, I think every game is tough.
We got Wolves after that, so it's 3 tough games. So
yeah, man, we'll have to wait and see.
Look, I believe we can do it now. Like, I'm gas, you're gas. Everyone now, we got Mctominay, we got McSauce, fam. We got the prime Kaká up in here, bro. So like, we can do this. Just about consistency.
Manda, thanks for joining me, man, this evening. Hey, Patrick, obviously you've got your own YouTube channel. Where can they find you, man?
Bro, if you know me, you can find me on RedUnitedTV on YouTube, and you can also follow the socials, RedUnitedTV one as always, and you can follow me, Ivorian_Spice on Instagram as well.
David, and yourself?
David Nee on Instagram. I'm not in the football world, unfortunately. I'm just passionate, man. I love hearing fellow fans speak. So yeah, I'm not on the socials, unfortunately.
That's calm, man. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Ems, yourself as well?
The Instagram is ems.w.domz, and then on Twitter it's emsdoms.
My guys, boom. But yeah, it's been the score. It's your boy Shingy. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Shingy_LDN. Make sure you look out for the score on YouTube and smash that like and subscribe button, man. It takes 2 seconds.
Smash that like button.
Smash it, man. Smash the subscribe button for Red United TV as well. You know what I'm saying, man? It doesn't take too long. You know what I'm saying? Support the channels, support the love for United. And follow the football channel on Twitter and Instagram as well, which is YKTS Football as well, man. So yeah, man, it's been the score, it's been Shingy, it's been Ems, it's been Ivorian Spice and David, and boom, we beat Leeds 6-2. The War of the Roses, we came out on top. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, guys, been a pleasure, man. Bless.
Love.